Breaking, sabotage at the Olympics, war in the Middle East, artificial intelligence apocalypse, $1 trillion wiped from the market. China unveils its new potential Starlink killer. And we have robotics connected to artificial intelligent brains that are going to control fleets. And did you hear about Elon Musk stopping the manufacturing of a couple of different Tesla car models because they're going to make more Optimus robots? What's that all about? We're going to talk about it. Buckle up, Buttercup. Let's go. Grab your non-GMO organic popcorn and your favorite beverage. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for all notifications. In just days, we've witnessed rail sabotage during the Olympics in Italy, a massive U.S. military airlift towards the Middle East, $1 trillion wiped from AI-driven stocks, growing concerns over hidden food toxins, like what's in your bread, warnings about satellite disabling weapons, humanoid robots coordinating entire fleets through artificial intelligence. Yeah, quite a bit. So let's get into the first article, shall we? Check this out. Boom. Anti-Olympics protest in Milan turns violent as Italy investigates suspected terrorism activities. And Italy says railways hit by serious sabotage as Winter Olympics begin. And did you see this? Zero hedge. At least 112 USAF C-17 aircraft are headed to the Middle East. And these are levels last seen Desert Storm. What's going on there? We're going to get into it. And also, Amazon leads big tech's $1 trillion wipeout as the AI bubble fears ignite sell-off. Don't worry, be happy and be prepared, not scared. Noble Gold Investments, great opportunity right now. Very good opportunities right now. There's obviously never any guarantees, so you look at what the money funders and the big banks are doing, and they're kind of setting the stage, you know? Like what we're witnessing right now in the markets and what we're witnessing with precious metals and with stocks in the real estate market, the rules of money are being rewritten right in front of our eyes. The institutions that control the financial systems aren't waiting, warning, or wishing. They're acting. They're buying gold and silver at unprecedented levels. They're preparing for something. The question is, are you? For nearly a decade, Noble Gold Investments has helped thousands of people protect their wealth with physical gold and silver. As the world shifts to hard assets, the window to act is closing fast. Let Noble Gold show you how simple it is to protect yourself and your family. While everyone else is reacting to the news, Noble Gold clients are positioned. They understand that when the rules change, you need assets that don't depend on the system. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. Let them know Rex from Leak Project sent you. The reason you want to let them know Rex from Leak Project sent you is they will gift you, when you convert your 401 or IRA, very simple, find out how to qualify. They will gift you a 3-ounce American Virtues silver coin. This is 3 ounces of solid silver. Let me show you what they look like. A 3-ounce American Virtues Independence silver round coin. This will be gifted to you. Just let them know Rex from Leak Project sent you. Say, hey, how do I qualify for one of these coins? And how do I get my free wealth protection kit? And they'll let you know. So check them out. You'll thank me later. I've had many thanks thus far. So let's get into the news, shall we? Why not? You're here. All right, so we're going to go to the first article about what's going on with Italy right now. Let me pull this up. Just got back from a pretty cool experience yesterday in the great sand dunes of southern Colorado. Had a chance to go check out a frozen waterfall, and just miles away, some of the biggest sand dunes in North America. But let's get into this. Anti-Olympics protest in Milan, amongst many other things. It seems to be a coordinated effort. Saturday, February 7th, Italy's railway network was hit by several acts of coordinated sabotage. These incidents occurred on the first full day of the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics, causing widespread travel disruption and prompting a terrorism investigation. The attacks targeted critical hubs in northern Italy, leading to delays of up to 3 hours for high-speed intercity and regional services. Bologna, a major junction for north-south and east-west traffic, electrical cables were severed and a rudimentary explosive device was discovered by the tracks. And then Pesaro, a track switch and a cabin housing set on fire. And then we go back to Bologna, Venice line. A fire at a switch caused significant delays for travelers heading to the Olympic Games. Now, there is a terrorism probe right now. The Italian Transport Ministry has opened a terrorism investigation. While no one has claimed responsibility, authorities are investigating potential links to anarchist groups. Yeah, or adversaries, like NATO adversaries is what I'm thinking. Officials noted similarities in action and timing to the rail sabotage that occurred during the 2024 Paris Olympics. The sabotage coincided with violent anti-Olympics protests in Milan, where demonstrators clashed with police over environmental concerns and rising housing costs. And they had to get paid, they had to do something. Sorry, that's a whole other podcast. Disregard that. Transport Minister Matteo Salvini condemned the acts as a premeditated attack on Italy by enemies of Italy. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni echoed these sentiments as well, expressing solidarity while the police and those working to ensure the success of the games. So if you're in Italy at the Olympics, see what's going on with the live train status updates, and we'll keep you posted. Interesting. This is also very interesting. At least 112 USAF C-17 aircraft are headed to the Middle East. These are desert storm levels, according to Zero Hedge. And they've been deployed to or are en route to the Middle East with 17 to 18 additional flights in progress. This massive surge, resembling the scale of operations during Desert Storm, involves transporting troops, armored vehicles, and munitions to bases in Qatar, Jordan, and surrounding areas amid high tensions with Iran. The 112 plus C-17s represent nearly half of the total U.S. operational C-17 fleet. Between January 18th and the 26th, at least 41 C-17A and 1 C-5M aircraft were tracked flying into the region. Many aircraft originated from Ramstein Air Base in Germany. Wasn't that base last year being swarmed by USOs, or not USOs, UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, or some type of mystery drones, as they labeled them? I think that was one of the bases that was tracked for several days. At least it was reported. Let's do a double take on this. Ramstein Air Base drones. That would be very interesting, because that tells me that these these drones are adversaries. Drone swarms. Yep. Boom. Check it out. Unidentified non-commercial drones detected flying over Ramstein Air Base in Germany, December 3rd and 4th, 2024, prompting investigations into potential reconnaissance or sabotage. The incidents, which occurred during evening hours, involved multiple sophisticated drones, raising security concerns among U.S. and German authorities. The drones did target the Ramstein Air Base. Very, very interesting. Strategic impact. These movements follow the deployment of the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group to the Indian Ocean, seen as significant show of strength or preparation for potential escalation. And the massive influx of heavy cargo planes is focused on beefing up the U.S. presence, providing operational flexibility to U.S. Central Command in response to regional instability. So these C-17s, if you didn't know, is a Boeing Globemaster III, a premier strategic and tactical airlifter used by the U.S. Air Force and allies for rapid worldwide deployment of troops, heavy cargo, including M1 tanks, aeromedical evacuation. These things will carry up to 170,000 pounds. Wow. 102 paratroopers. That's pretty cool. Max speed of 520 miles an hour. That's pretty fast. So we'll keep you posted. And in other news, Amazon is leading big tech in a $1 trillion wipeout as AI bubble fears ignite sell-off. Let's look into this a little bit deeper, shall we? Oh, I'm just so sad that, these big AI tech companies are taking a loss. I mean, building data centers next to neighborhoods and taking clean water to keep their servers cool and beefing up the price, making it more expensive to have electricity because they require so much electricity. So the electrical companies just add that onto the consumers. And then, all these tax breaks, and then they might employ 100 people. And it's like, come on, really? But anyway, I digress. In early February, major technological stocks experienced a significant sell-off as investor focus shifted from the potential of artificial intelligence to the massive capital dentures. Do you have dentures? Oh my gosh, why can I not say that? Expenditures. Do you have dentures? No, I do not. Over $1 trillion in market value was erased from the sector in a single week after hyperscalers, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft projected a combined $650 billion in AI-related spending for 2026. So the downturn, according to this, was primarily triggered by quarterly earnings reports that detailed record-breaking infrastructure outlays, raising fears of a spending bubble and near-term margin compression. While most mega caps plummeted, NVIDIA bucked the trend, rising as much as 7% on Friday as investors recognized it as the primary beneficiary of this increased hardware demand. I've been thinking about this because a lot of people are really freaked out about the artificial intelligence apocalypse, like the AI takeover. And maybe, but if anything, it probably already did a long time ago. And it's just like slow, because it's in every faucet of almost everybody's life, almost every faucet. You wake up, you get on your phone, you turn on the TV, you turn on the radio, you turn on electricity. Some type of electrical connection is connected to you in some way. And electricity, to me, the more I think about it, is like the bloodline of this super intelligence. It's backbone, it's its nervous system. And all the computers and all of the Wi-Fi and all the different networks and smartphones and anything that's technological has some type of connection to this mainframe, to this system, this neurological system that is connected to the machine. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the machine. In other news, bread. This is exposingfoodtoxins.com. Exposingfoodtoxins.com. Look at this. And this is actually an initiative from Florida. So way to go, Florida. Way to go, make America healthy again. I love seeing this. This makes me really happy to see these companies being exposed for the kind of shit they put in their product. Like, how many kids have sandwiches with Nature's Own white bread or butter bread? And then the cold cuts that they put on them are oftentimes sprayed with biophage, which is basically genetically modified viruses. And then the additional additives and preservatives. And then you got fake cheese, fake bread, fake meat, fake mayonnaise. And then you're like, okay, here you go. It's a healthy lunch. I mean, and then oh my gosh. I had this vision that was so detailed, and I've had very similar visions before, but this one was really detailed. It wasn't a dream. It was a vision. Like, my eyes are closed. I'm seeing it right in front of my eyes. And it was just countless drones, like flying in swarms, like almost doing DNA sequencing and such. And then I saw a two-headed dragon that started fighting itself, and different portals opening up, and just these battles. It was like a combination of Matrix meets Hellraiser meets The Wall by Pink Floyd. It was like, wow. But I was just realizing how much is connected to this electronic mainframe. And now we've got satellites thousands of satellites in space. So even if all the everything breaks electronically here on the planet, what about in space? And where's all that information? Where are they beaming all that information out to? Where's it going? I think Mars is one place it's going, but they're sending all that information somewhere, uploading everything to the cloud. And it's just really bizarre. But anyway, sorry, I digress. This right here, I was like, oh yeah, I remember why I brought that up. Because I'm in my mind, I'm thinking everything's fake. Everything's fake. Like I want to start a new channel and name it something along the lines of everything's fake. And just go back and take all this stuff that we were taught in school, like George Washington never told a lie when he cut down the apple tree or the cherry tree. He told his dad, he's like, Dad, I did it. I'm sorry. Like, did that really happen? How much BS do they teach us in school about history? And how much do they teach us now? It's BS in social media and the news and the mainstream authorities. We're the mainstream authorities. We have white coats on. And do you see these specialized diplomas behind me? Do you see them? Do you see these special scrolls that have these special numbers and letters, and I had to spend all this money to get it? I'm the authority. You will listen to what I say. I mean, it just all seems so fake to me. The political nonsense seems like reality TV. We're in the twilight zone right now. The stuff they share in social media, half of it is artificial intelligent bullshit where it's just ridiculous and people are eating it like caviar. That's your sort of thing. Or fast food with extra glyphosate and extra nano opportunities. It's all freaking fake. It's all fake. How does that feel to know that almost everything you've been taught is fake? Maybe it's all real. Maybe, probably not. Anyway, so this is what you're eating. Fake bread with glyphosate. Oh, it's Nature's Own glyphosate. It's Nature's Own. We're going to market it as Nature's Own. Yes. And then it'll have 190. Look at the amount of glyphosate in there. And then you've got, first of all, anytime I see a name like Dave's Killer Bread, I'm like, I don't want to eat that. Or like you'll see the water that's called like death water. And people are like, dude, I drink death water all the time. I'm like, you're an idiot is what I think. I'm like, why the hell would you do that? They're like, look, it looks cool. And see this symbol on it? It's death water, man. This is the new thing. I'm like, yeah. So anyway, have you ever studied somatics or some of the research done with water where they just put certain words on the package? They put water in the package that has a certain label on it, a certain word. And if you see one that has the word love, and then you take that water, you look under a microscope after it's been crystallized like ice, it looks beautiful. It looks like a snowflake. And then you could take one and you could put a piece of tape on it and put death. And then you put it in the freezer, you freeze it, then you look under a microscope and it'll look like disease. It'll look gross. It's like, bleh. It's weird. So anyway, the reason I'm bringing that up is because when I see Dave's Killer Bread, I'm like, yeah, I think I'll pass on Dave's Killer Bread. It does say organic, but look at that. Glyphosate in Dave's Killer Bread. What about Wonder Bread? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of glyphosate in Wonder Bread. What about Sara Lee? Yeah, you got some glyphosate in the honey wheat. It's all freaking fake. Oh, well, I can't eat bread. I have an intolerance to wheat. Is it really the wheat that you have an intolerance to? Maybe. Do you think you might have an intolerance to glyphosate as well? No, it's safe according to the EPA. Or is it anymore? Oh, wait, that had to be redacted, that one study, because it was funded by the same company that makes the shit. Oh, yeah. Oops. Well, you know, we're the professionals. We're the experts. Kids, would you like a sandwich? We have butter bread from nature's own. Like, look at this. Cold cuts sprayed with biophage. New scientist. Viruses to be sprayed on cold meats. The FDA approved a cocktail of 6 viruses as a food additive to be sprayed on ready-to-eat meat before it's packaged. Oh, it's just genetically modified viruses. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, yeah, I'm much more worried about the other stuff. So, I mean, it's all fake. All of it. You're all fake. All of you are fake. But it's butter bread. It's so good for you. And in other news, there's not enough satellites in space. So Elon Musk wants to launch another 1,000,000 satellites in space. China wants to launch another 200,000 satellites in space. Let's just keep launching. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? Solar flare? Nothing to worry about. X-class? Don't worry. CME? Nah. Well, what about some type of space war? Never happened. We're fine up here. What if there's a glitch? Nah. Chinese researchers recently announced a major breakthrough in directed energy warfare with the development of compact, high-power microwave weapons designed specifically to target large satellite constellations like SpaceX's Starlink. The system, designated the TPG-1000C, was developed by the Northwest Institute of Nuclear Technology. We will kick your ass in Xi'an. Unprecedented power. It can generate up to 20 gigawatts. Can generate up to 20 gigawatts of electrical pulses, far exceeding the 1 gigawatt threshold experts believe is needed to disrupt low Earth orbit satellites. Unlike previous prototypes that could only fire for nanoseconds or a few seconds, this device can maintain a continuous burst for up to 60 seconds, firing roughly 3,000 pulses in a single session. I wonder what that would do to the human body. The weapon is approximately 4 meters long, weighs 5 tons. This miniaturization, it's 5 tons, it's miniature, allows it to be mounted on trucks, military ships, aircraft, or even other satellites for space-to-space strikes. Yeah, that sounds exciting. It uses soft kill technology, emitting intense electromagnetic bursts that fry a satellite's internal sensitive chips without physically destroying the craft, thereby avoiding the creation of hazardous space debris. Oh, they care about you, folks. They care about the people, okay? They'll make sure that if they blow up satellites, that it'll be okay. It's just a little bit of satellite warfare. Nothing to see here. Now, in other news, this is pretty exciting. Humanoid unveils single AI brain system designed to run humanoid robot fleets. The AI platform breaks tasks into layered decisions, spanning fleet coordination, robot reasoning, task execution, and whole body motion control. Okay, let's talk about this for a minute. Have you seen the new Fallout TV series on Amazon? Have you watched it? If you haven't, you're missing out. It's the best series out there right now. It's incredible. And the plot continues to thicken. The reason I'm bringing this up is there's one scene in particular, season 2. So, spoiler alert here. I'm going to tell you about a certain part in season 2 where there's this lady that basically her head gets cut off, but she's still alive because she's hooked up to a feeding tube and she's in this vat. And she is the one that is controlling all the robots. Her reasoning, her brain is controlling all the robots and all the Actually, no, I'm sorry. They're not robots. They're people that have microchips in them, and they act like robots because the microchip has turned their brain into a receiver for the information that this lady is sending out to all them. And it's it's a human brain controlling other humans, but they're basically robots because they have these chips. Well, imagine, let's take this a little bit, I don't know, further, maybe not quite as far, but imagine in the near future, genetically created organoids, lab printed brains, brains created in a laboratory that will be linked to the android bodies. So you'll have human-like biomass brains put inside of these androids. That's going to be fun. That's going to blur the line between what is alive and what isn't alive, because you've now merged biological brains with still titanium robotics. You've merged the two. It's going to happen. It's probably already taking place in certain laboratories clandestinely. I'm assuming here, I'm guessing. I'll bet you this has been going on for at least 10, 20 years in experiments, but I think in 3 to 5 years, we're going to see that publicly. Well, I mean, they're selling brain computers now for like 35 grand. So it's not that far off. But this article that I'm about to share with you, is wild. Absolutely wild. Did you know that as of early 2026, well, that's now, Elon Musk is winding down production of the Model S sedan and Model X SUV, reallocating factory space for building Optimus humanoid robots. The shift, announced during Q4 2025 earnings call, converts the Fremont factory space into a dedicated production hub for the next generation of robots, aiming for an autonomous future. Okay. Now, you might think, well, you know, he's just thinking ahead, Rex. You know, I mean, thinking ahead. Well, clearly, yeah, I would agree. Absolutely. But how far ahead? Because I do not see a Jetsons reality in the near future. I do not see people going out and buying a personal assistant robot. I do not see the public sector going out and buying Optimus robots to help them wash their car, clean their house, and make their dinner and watch their kids. I'm not seeing it. Not even a little bit. You might have a few thousand people doing that around the world, but nowhere near the amount that I would think you would need in order to halt production of 2 popular Tesla vehicles. Unless you see producing these robots not for the public, but for corporations and militaries. Robots for the military. Robot wars. That's the future. Robot wars. And then the human connection with war will be obviously clandestine operations, a lot of clandestine stuff, but the main lines, the front lines, the battle lines, robots. That's what I see. I could be wrong. Maybe. What are your thoughts? Optimus Prime. I am Optimus Prime Rib. I am Optimus Prime mortgage rate. They're down to 3% again. Yay, we're going to buy a house. Isn't it crazy how 1% on a mortgage, how much that increases the price of a house? When you've got 3 extra, now we're talking about mortgage prices. Where did I come up with that? Oh yeah, Optimus Prime rate. All right. My name is Optimus Prime. In the near future, we're going to see toasters that are going to turn in, like, you know how we recently dealt with a, when I say we, I just mean like the like humanity. There was like walkie-talkies that exploded, and allegedly the technology to create these walkie-talkies and pagers to blow up was put in there like 8 years ago. So an operation almost a decade ago, 8 years later, that happens. Well, imagine in the near future, you think you have a toaster oven, but all of a sudden your toaster oven turns into like a freaking Decepticon and just totally annihilates everything in the house. Or like, that's just a fridge. And all of a sudden, I am the ice killer. That was probably not the right term to use at the time because I was referring to cold water. I was being sarcastic, and I was referring to a transformer. So yeah, that was probably not the best. Anyway, I am a stove. Like, imagine a stove I am the afterburner. My broiler is now turning into a winged serpent. Yeah. So, oh man, gotta say, I'm doing my best to stay out of politics because politics are nasty and fake, in my opinion. But people are getting wound up over what's going on politically right now, aren't they? I mean, gosh, I would hate to be anywhere near any of that unless I was just like camera crew, you know what I mean? But yeah, it is so divided right now. So divided. Like I've got family and friends that are retired military and they would help you out as much as they could if you needed their help. They would give you the shoes off their feet if you needed them. Like that's the kind of people that they are. And it's interesting how divided my friends and family are that are retired military when it comes to what's going on right now with the operations of enforcement of immigration enforcement. Like one side is totally against it, and then the other side is totally for it. And it seems like over the past 10 years, yeah, give or take 10, 12 years, the division has become more extreme, much more extreme. And whether it's your own body, your own health, or politically speaking. So I think that we should, as a society, I mean, just as a species, as people, kind of do our best to just like take it easy sometimes and do not let the media freak you out and piss you off as much as it does. Like look at it and be like, oh, okay, maybe, but is that really what's going on? And then think about all the times in the past that the media was wrong, either intentionally or unintentionally. And just kind of, zen out a little bit. Go outside, get some fresh air. Take, I don't know. I'm taking my own advice because I get wound up too, but it's like the media is designed to piss you off. The news is designed to suck you in, and they cater to the left or to the right. So oftentimes. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a quick rant. Be excellent to each other. I mean, we got to realize that we might look at these people as stormtroopers right now, but they got families too. And they're probably doing what they think is right. I mean, a lot of them might be doing it just for the money. I don't know, but there's people in certain positions that I hope believe, like if you believe in what you do, even if I don't agree with you, at least you believe in it and you're not doing it just for money or you're not doing it just to sell out. Does that make sense? So I don't know. Like I can see both sides of the situation right now. And all I can say is Twilight Zone. We're in the Twilight Zone. All right. Be excellent to each other. Be the change you want to see. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go watch the Super Bowl. And it's 3:33 right now. Hello.